Hello everyone, my name is Peyton and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually wanting to talk about me growing up playing video games. Talk about the games I used to play, what kind of got me into video games, kind of just a little bit about my background with gaming, I guess you can say. The first thing I do kind of want to say is that I really don't want to consider myself a gamer. What I kind of consider to be classified a gamer, in quotes, is someone who plays a lot of different video games. And for me, for the most part, and I'll get into this in more detail, is that I just haven't really played a variety of video games. Usually, what I'll do is that I'll just play like a few different video games, but it's like the next one in the series and whatnot. And I feel like to be a gamer, you have to play a lot of different types of games, no matter if it's in the same genre or if it is in different genres. But you're playing different games that are made by different developers, or if it's made by the same developers, but it's different games. And every time it's like I try and branch that out, I don't really commit to that. I don't really commit to branching out into different games, and I usually just kind of fall back into the same games or that series. That's why I kind of find it hard to consider myself a gamer. I just it's just certain video games I like to play, and that's really about it with that. But I but just a little bit about myself playing video games. It started when I was about I wasn't even 10 years old. I know that. I think I was like maybe 8 years old. One Christmas, my parents got me and my older brother a PlayStation 2. So I actually started off on PlayStation because I currently play on Xbox. I don't know if I ever even mentioned that or if y'all knew that, but I primarily play on Xbox. Well, pretty much almost exclusively. The only thing I don't play on Xbox is obviously Clone Hero, which you kind of can't do on Xbox. But whenever but the first few games I played was like a Spider-Man game. I can't remember what they're called exactly, but it was like a Spider-Man game and Madden. Madden was so much fun. I remember the first one I actually played was 2004, which was with probably one of the most overused and like OP players of all time in Michael Vick with the Atlanta Falcons. You could pretty much do anything with him, and he was absolutely unstoppable. I personally didn't play as him because as a Saints fan, I'm like, well, screw the Falcons, you know? But that was just the first few games I played. And then it really changed for me when it always went through my brother. And you'll notice this, you'll catch this trend, but it really changed when I don't know if it was the next Christmas or a few years later, my parents for Christmas again got my older brother Guitar Hero 2. And that really changed it to me and changed it for me. And that's actually what kind of really got me into music. I periodically listened to music like on the radio when I was a kid. And yes, I did listen to the radio as a kid. All the streaming apps and whatnot did not exist yet. We're just a few short years away from that at this point, but um, I was still, I was still listening to music on the radio until Guitar Hero came out, and my parents got Guitar Hero too, and I just basically played that religiously. It was so much fun, and I ended up getting decent at the game. I still see myself as decent, but not really good. Please don't ask me to try and FC through the fire and flames. That's never going to happen in my entire lifetime. And even if I get another lifetime. Or if I'm basically a cat and have 9 lives. Still never going to happen. But I just really enjoy the game. And that's always been my MO, is just really enjoy the game. And so I would play the whole set list of all the Guitar Hero 2 songs multiple times on each difficulty until I basically got 5 stars on every song. And I would go to the next difficulty and do it again. This is definitely way before the time of... Well, actually, no. I was about to say before DLC, but DLC existed for the Xbox 360, but not the PS2 yet. So that was the thing. And then, about the time... It was for my birthday. I can't remember. I think I was turning 12 or 13 years old. My parents surprised me with getting the first Rock Band. I actually played it a few times at a friend of mine's house a few times, and it was so much fun being able to finally sing or play the drums or even bass to an extent, but you couldn't do that on Guitar Hero at that point. And and I think at the same time it was Rock Band 1 and Guitar Hero 3. And Guitar Hero 3 I had so much fun also. I just progressed through Roxy 80s and Guitar Hero 3, and then that's when my parents got me Rock Band. And I noticed, and I thought they made a mistake, but they actually kind of did it purposely, and I'm thankful for that, that they got Rock Band for me on the PS3, where I can finally actually buy some DLC. And so, and yes, I did buy DLC songs, in fact, and what got me into Metallica was buying the Metallica track, and it wasn't a track pack, it was just a pack, where it was Ride the Lightning, Blackened, and Injustice for All. And that's what actually got me introduced to Metallica, who is my favorite band of all time. You can hate me for that, but that's just how I feel. And so I started playing through Rock Band and everything like that, and I was still playing Guitar Hero. It was just a lot of different songs, a lot of different genres, and that's what got me familiar with all the classic rock bands, the classic metal bands, and then even all the modern rock music. And that's what really makes me into a rock type of person today, which is weird because like most of my friends, they either love country, they love rap, or it's both, but it's not really rock music. And I'm seeing more of myself, someone who loves rock, hard rock, maybe a little bit of metal, but not too much. And I really almost solely attribute that to Rock Band and Guitar Hero. And then I just went through that with Rock Band 2 and Guitar Hero World Tour and everything like that. I used to have so many basically gaming instruments that were connected to the PS3 and even the PS2 for the longest time until just recently. I had to like throw a lot of that out. Either if it was still working or if it broke. I remember the World Tour drum set, which it was challenging at first, but I definitely got used to it. It broke, so there was that. And then what really kind of another little turning point for me in my gaming career, in quotes, is when my parents, it was originally from my older brother, got for my older brother's 17th birthday, they got him an Xbox 360, and then they also got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for him. And that's really what changed it for me, because even though it was for him, I basically created my own account and got all that, even though I was like 14, I believe, at that time. And I basically, that was my transition from PlayStation to Xbox, and I never looked back ever since then. And I was basically on the Xbox. It's like pretty much what was consistent for me in terms of video games was Call of Duty. And to me, it's still the most fun days I've ever had was Modern Warfare 2. Because I just graduated from 8th grade and I had an extra long summer, didn't really have anything, didn't have to have a job yet, and I was playing with my friends almost every single night during the summer. Through all the BS of Modern Warfare 2, it's still the most memorable, the best to me, the most revolutionary. Well, the most revolutionary, in my opinion, is actually COD 4, but that's a whole different discussion I'll have later. But Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty I played, the most fun still, even though it was also the most frustrating. And I remember my parents having to have some conversations with me saying some choice words, I might say. But anyway, I guess everyone learns cuss words at some point, right? And yes, I was that 13, 14-year-old Call of Duty player on voice chat saying stupid stuff at some point. I was that kid. I will fully admit that. And it really just kind of got away from, really went from there. And I will say, it really passed a time when I was going through some hard times, especially in high school and even early college. And it's like, it had some goods and some bads. It was like, through all the hard times and all the stressful times I was going through with school, and I played football for high school, so that too. It really kind of calmed me down from that, but then at the same time, it wasn't good in terms of the fact that I also really didn't socialize in high school, and that's high school is a really good time to make some friends, and the friends you already have be closer with and have closer relationships with those friends in a non-homosexual way, if that's really applicant, but whatever. And so I really didn't get to do that because I spent all my weekends basically either studying or doing projects for school because I took advanced placement courses or just playing video games. which in that aspect it wasn't good, but again, as I said, it just has its ups and downs and whatnot. And then even now, I still kind of pass a lot of time playing video games, even though I try and spend more time like reading, hanging out with people, and I have been a lot more social within the last few years. Ironically enough, in my opinion, it's about when COVID hit, when I started hanging out with people more. It's weird because you're told to isolate, be socially distanced, and everything like that. And I'm not trying to make a statement against COVID or anything. It's just for some reason, me naturally, when you're told all this stuff, that's when I do the complete opposite, and I just kind of go out and have fun. Because I think at that point, especially when it first hit, I realized how much time I wasted isolating myself than just hanging out with people. And now that, especially now that the world is open more, I'm definitely more apt and more open and more willing and more wanting to hang out with other people. And yes, I still play my video games, as you know, and I'm still doing it to this day. And luckily, my girlfriend right now, she also plays video games. It's not much. I think all she really plays is like Sims and Animal Crossing, but whatever. That's just her prerogative. But you see, like I was able to, as you know, I am able to socialize, even though I still play video games, and that's just something that for some reason didn't cross my mind when I was a teenager, and it turned. I had to wait till I was an adult to learn that, and that's really about it. So I guess that's really all I had just to talk about how I grew up and how I grew up with gaming and everything like that. Kind of in a sense what I took from it, and I hope that you, especially as a younger audience, definitely don't waste so much time playing video games. It's okay, but definitely just realize that there is a real world out there that is out there for you to enjoy, to grow, and to meet a lot of new people. And that's really about it. So I hope you enjoy this video today, and I hope to see you soon. So like if you like this video, and subscribe if you are new. Peace.